Welcome to our series of Now We're Talking interviews, where we share practical examples of the impact of continuous improvement in business with myself, Paula Newby, CEO of Predixa, and
Kirsten Westholter, Managing Partner of Rising Phoenix Consultancy.
So today we're going to be discussing the 5-step approach to strategy development. Now, vision is one thing, of course, and frankly, are you dreaming big enough? But how do you turn that vision into an achievable strategy? So, Kirsten, you were involved in helping a business go through these 5 steps. So give us a little bit of background, set the situation up for us.
Of course. Actually, I was working for a client where they had a fairly new management team. So they were still finding out their roles,
Right.
and also how to position their leadership.
Okay.
They did have a mission and vision, of course, also for the company and also for the particular parts of the company.
Yes.
But they were still finding their ways of having like that big goal in mind and getting the employees like moving as well.
So you talk about a 5-step strategy. So what are they and how did you approach it with them?
Sure. I can tell you a little bit more about that. A 5 steps approach actually always starts with checking who are our stakeholders, our main stakeholders. So you add that to like a visual and you really discuss who are the main stakeholders, what is their interests, how important are they.
Right.
And the second step is then what is our position in this whole map?
Right.
So how strong are we as organization or as a certain department? If it's this has had to do with a strategy department.
Right.
So how strong are we when we compare ourselves with these stakeholders? The third one has to do with a connection with continuous improvement.
Right.
I always say, like, have that dot on the horizon. So have a blue sky vision, other words for that.
Yes.
If you're not interesting enough, or if it's just a small step,
Yes.
it's not continuous improvement and
No.
it's not challenging.
Yes.
So then you move on to like what are actually our objectives,
Right.
and break it down, break that long path down in
Yes.
small achievable steps. And in the end also, what are our first actions? How are we going to like really achieve this?
Right. And with this particular client, give us a little bit of insight into the benefits of taking that approach. What happened?
What actually happened is they were able to become a stronger management team. So also leading by example, which is of course very important. And their employees were more listening to them, but not only that, listening can be interesting, but it's about like really moving. So a lot of the employees actually embraced these initiatives as well, because we had a lot of continuous improvement initiatives connected to this strategy, and they felt heard. And they also had something like, okay, this is good leadership. On top of that, because an important thing in this whole approach is also measuring your initiatives, they got some experience with measurements. Right. And with performance measurements.
Right. So by giving people the 5 steps, it enabled them to clearly see how they could go from that blue dot in the horizon and the vision to realize that strategy, incorporating continuous improvement.
Exactly.
Amazing. Well, if any of you would like to know more about how to create the 5 steps for creating strategy development, then please do contact Kirsten through LinkedIn or using the contacts shown. And
Hope to see you soon.